Merhaba arkadaşlar, Arcadir TV kanalına hoş geldiniz. The Witcher 2 Assassin of Kings ile karşınızdayım. En son otun peşinden gidiyorduk. Bakalım bizim şu aradığımız ot nerede? Burada da var. Burada da var. Bir daha şuraya bir daha vuralım bakalım. Var mı daha başka? Yok. İleride var. Şu var. Şimdi haritamıza bakalım. Sağdan mı soldan mı? Belki onun haritasında yazıyordur. He, oraya kadar var. Başka da gidememiş. Anahtar gerekiyor. Biz de bu taraftan gideceğiz. Hop yakalım. Balin'in ikinci haritası var. Orta bina atarı. Balin'in günlüğü. Evet, buradan böyle gidiyoruz. Bir de buradan böyle var. Bakalım. Hepsine bakacağız. Biz şimdi neredeyiz? Yukarı doğru gidiyoruz. Buralarda ateş yok. M'ye basalım. Burası böyle kapalı bir yer. Evet, bunu açabiliriz galiba artık.
Take that.
Al lan. Al. Gelseniz oğlum, cüceler neredesiniz? Cüceler nerede? Takılmışlar. Yakalım şunu. Ya çık be oğlum. Bakalım nereye gidiyor. Hala mı varız? Bırak şu süpürgeyi ya. Burası kapalı. Çıkın. Burası tıkalı. Aşağıdan gideceğiz. Biraz hızlı olalım hadi. Burada da bir kapı var. Nereye gidiyor bunlar böyle ya? Ha geldik.
Smell that? Oh, if I had, you'd be begging me to kill you. This place stinks of rotting corpses.
Stay close to me.
O ne lan? Girseniz oğlum siz. Opa opa. Nerede ki şey? İbre ha. İbre nerede? Ha, tam kafadan. At at at at. Gel.
The last one.
Let's grab what we need and get out of here.
Tamam, buralarda bir şeyler var ama şunu almam lazım, araştırmam lazım.
No time for idle chatter.
Baksana adamları buraya yığmış. Tamam. Ölmez otundan bayağı bir alalım. Şuralarda da var galiba. Bu işimize yarar belki ileride. Alalım da kalsın çünkü çok zor yerlerden çıkıyormuş. Şimdi ta göremiyorum ki. En iyisi kısa yoldan çıkalım abi.
Right, get out. Looks like it's all over.
Thanks for your help, Zoltan.
Say nothing of it.
Enough yapping. Time for some vodka.
First, I want to see if my fuck date's still waiting.
Just don't strain yourself. It takes energy to drink with us too, you know.
Şimdi buradan nasıl çıkabilirim? Bir de o şey evine gitmem lazım. Üç Babalar Kalesi. Tamam, gidip şu Filip'le görüşeyim bari. Neredeydi o? Sonra satabilir miyim bazı şeyler? Bakayım benim pantolon ne durumda? Ne oldu? Ha. Ne oluyor? Masaj yapıyormuş. Bizim Witcher'da Efsunger de hemen yanlış anlıyor.
What is it, Witcher?
Who is that girl?
Cynthia, a leashed sorceress.
A charming expression. Do you also use muzzles?
Leash means a connection between a sorceress and her assistant. An unfortunate term, I admit, but it explains how things are. Cynthia can tap my power, use my spells. She's a conduit. And she's learning along the way. It's convenient, and except for the name, not derisive at all. But you're not here to talk about Cynthia.
I found an immortelle.
Ölmez otunu verelim.
Excellent.
Oturacak
You
mısın?
wanted to
I found one of the ingredients for Saskia's cure.
show me.
Bulmuşum.
Interesting. Getting warmer, but still not there. It's as if I'd sent you to get me the sun and you'd brought me a candle. We need something massive, an item of real... This is a dwarf's dream. Stolen and magically encased in this crystal. It would do if it was stronger.
You know what this means? In addition to normal harpies, there are Solano in the area.
Solano?
Dream snatchers. The only harpy species to develop something resembling intelligence. They magically bind dreams to mountain crystals. I heard they once inhabited this area. Solano live among regular harpies, but their lair should be full of stolen dreams. One of those would be powerful enough, I'm sure.
You'd have to enter the harpy lair through the quarry. Unfortunately, the gate to the caves is locked and Cecil Verden won't open it. I asked him on another occasion. Stubborn as a mule, that one. But we must not relent. Saskia clings to life by a thread. Let me show you the desire contained in this particular...
Yes.
Cecil Verden's.
In that case, I need to see the alderman. Got a feeling he just might open the gate for me.
You wanted to discuss something.
I'm looking for Triss. Letho forced...
Letho? Certainly. We sorceresses must stick together.
Triss contacted you through Sheila de Tanzerville's megascope while in Flotsam. Can you locate her?
A megascope responds to a person's aura. If I had something of hers, I could find her. You were close to her. Maybe you have something.
I've got Triss's bandana.
Have you learned anything?
Triss was here. Letho forced her...
Why would he? There are easier ways to travel.
Two of Letho's comrades, probably those responsible for Demoven's death, were hiding among the Scoia'tael. When it became evident in Flotsam that the Kingslayer wanted to dispose of Yorvith, the Scoia'tael leader gave the order to eliminate them. Letho had to reach the unit before he could only do that by teleporting.
I assumed that Triss wanted to teleport to me, but she missed the mark and they ended up in a gully.
Letho left her in a gully, wounded. He probably thought that she'd diversify the local trolls' diet. He himself went to see the elves and massacred the unit with his comrades. They're somewhere on the other side of the fog.
What about Triss?
She escaped from the troll. Everything suggests she's somewhere in the area.
I can assure you she is not in Verden.
She has to be here. Locate her.
I'll try, but it will take some time.
Sheila ordered Letho and Triss killed.
I can't believe that.
Believe it. I ran into some mercenaries she enlisted to kill Letho and anyone found with him.
She must have meant the other Kingslayers. Are you sure she knew Triss was with him?
Are you so sure of Sheila? There was something going on between her and Triss. I sensed a lot of tension.
A misunderstanding.
Maybe. Let's find Triss and clear everything up.
I need some time. What's going on out there?
Let's see.
Ne oluyormuş dışarıda?
What's going on?
The peasants want to take pitchforks to King Demoven's son.
Why?
The Dragon Slayer's servant is spreading rumors that Stennis poisoned Saskia. The commoners are in an uproar. They want to dispense justice.
Allah
Where's
Allah.
the prince?
Barricaded himself in his room, guarded by nobles. For the moment, the peasants are still respectful, but they are feverish. A fight is inevitable. Help us out. The situation is dire. I'm going to inform the other nobles.
Dur, hep bir şeyler oluyor.
Dogs growl at cats. Cats hiss at the dogs. A noble's a wolf to a peasant.
Forget those animalistic similes and take care of it. I'll try to locate Triss. And should anything happen to Prince Stennis, remember, we need his blood.
I remember.
Tamam. Onun kanına ihtiyacımız var demek. Dört yetenek puanımız var. Ben daha çok şunu yapıyorum abi. Savaşıyorum. Tamam. Titreyen bir kalple görev başarısız. Köylerin prensinin çizilmesini engelle. Şimdi oraya gidiyorum. Hayırdır oğlum? Nasıl linç ediyorlar?
You're stupid. She just fell unconscious.
The commoners claim it's our
Serfs and lords will never be on the same side.
Geralt! It's good to see you.
The commoners claim Stennis is involved in Saskia's poisoning. They're looking to slaughter him.
Ne yapsam acaba?
Nobody to keep things peaceful.
Scalan Burden and his dwarves are trying to contain the mob, but they're badly outnumbered.
The plebs will yell a lot, beat someone up, and go home. As peasants do.
That would be foolish. They're not serfs anymore. The days of them humbly sowing and reaping are gone.
Looks like things are getting nasty.
Stennis kimdi ya?
Hear me! What do you want? I'm Scalan Burden. I keep order in Verden.
Are doing a nice job then. Where was you when they poisoned Saskia?
Give us the prince! Get the flails!
Stop!
Yolveth!
Squirrels! Everyone who wants to leave this yard in one piece, keep your hands off your weapons. I don't care if you're a serf or a lord. I'll kill you all if need be.
What's going on?
The servant carrying wine during the feast said that Prince Stennis and Olgan poisoned Saskia. We want justice!
You want revenge. It's not the same thing.
We don't care. Saskia's fallen as if dead, while the poisoning prince and noble lords rush to herd us onto the field and sell us to Henselt. We won't let them!
You lie, Colton. Nobody's being sold out. The poisoner must be caught and tried by law.
Your law? What then? He'll pay a fine and get spanked on his ass? We'll spank him all right, with an axe to the throat!
Where's this servant?
safe. The Squirt'll keep an eye on him.
Why is the prince hiding in his house if he's innocent?
Enough! I'll shoot the first to reach for a weapon. Then heads will
Bu
start
da sadece
falling.
tehdit ediyor.
There's more of us. You can't kill every...
Then you'll be first. Now back off! We need to act quickly.
What's your plan?
I'll frighten them a little. Bleed them if need be. I'll buy you some time, but be swift. I can't hold them off for long. Question the peasants and the nobles, and talk to the dwarves. Maybe you can get to meet Stennis.
Even if he's guilty, I'm sure he's prepared a suitable story.
You'll know how to sort the sheep from the goats. Also, find the servant who started talking so suddenly. You won't have time to talk to everyone, though, that's for sure.
It's good to see someone's taking care of it.
Dog.
Change your tone when we put a
Saskia's on the beat.
Say, Witcher, come over here.
Your threats for your hawks, men.
Hurry up, Witcher!
I'd gladly hear your opinion.
Finally! Someone, it's obvious Henselt bribed some serf who then did what he was told.
The local peasants love Saskia.
Those surly dogs would gleefully accept a heavy pouch. So, miss,
That's interesting.
just think it through. The prince couldn't have done it. The wine was in plain sight. Only the servants touched the decanters. And who are they? Commoners. Then that same commoner incited his folk to stand against the nobles.
Something to think about.
Give us this whole flower!
Rolling down, you surly
I'd
dog!
gladly hear your...
Finally! It's
That's interesting.
just... Then that...
Something to...
Guilt must be proven. Otherwise, it's vigilante
Say,
business.
Why is he
come over
lingering
here.
about? Like the stench in a dwarven...
Those witches be craving gold. This one's sure to say the prince is innocent, then sting Stennis for a pouch.
He'd better search for a lad who's...
Yeah, once done with the prince, he'd better take care of the magnets. Throw...
You know Saskia's servant?
Willie of the Oblates. He handled the wine, indeed, but loves the virgin...
He'd gladly get quartered for her.
Where's this Willie of yours?
Hiding in his shack, afraid of them lords. Squirrels.
The prince stood right next to Saskia during the council. Did he have access to the wine cellar beforehand?
How should I know?
Why flap your mouth then?
I know.
The prince is a wealthy lord. Bribing a skivvy to poison the wine is nothing to him.
Just because someone can afford gold teeth doesn't mean they'll pull their healthy ones. What's it really all about? Who's backing you?
We want
We don't need no one backing us. We knows what to do.
How would you punish the prince?
If a lad counts hens wrong, he'll be flogged. What should we then do with a man poisoning others?
Kill him.
A land without a ruler is a nightmare.
We have a ruler, the Virgin of Eden.
It's not certain she'll live.
Then we'll choose another who'll manage. But he must be one of us lads. That way.
And all people is gonna be...
And the non-humans?
We have enough down on the fields. Let non-humans find a non-human...
Away with them.
Farewell.
Give us this whole flower!
Rolling down, you surly dog!
Can we have a word?
Why not? I'm Ogden, a founder. I can't...
No thanks. The tableware...
It is. Made it back in Mayor Farragut's time. Since then, each and every goblet has hit the floor. My goblets are indestructible, impervious to both the fury of sovereign...
Saskia's chalice...
Aye, it was. Back in Mayor Farragut's day,
Who ordered the goblet from you?
that goblet was a gift. A way for the folk of Verden to pay tribute to Saskia. The lass liked it so much, she's not used any...
Was the order for a normal goblet?
Not a chance. It was supposed to be a gift. I ornamented it richly, even on the inside. Not terribly practical, that, as it's hard to get clean. Some scum...
The other chalices were not ornamented on the inside?
Course not.
Any chance there could have been two identical goblets?
Yani olabilir.
Why, there's no craftsman that comes close to me in Verden.
Could someone have tried to copy your handiwork?
Ha! I know of one who's been trying for years, but he's a fumbler, a screw-up. He's not produced one decent vessel. They all look like the work of a drunk...
See you at the inn.
Enough of this charade!
Try to be reasonable, folks. Sit down and talk in peace.
We've talked enough! Come on, lads, let's drag the prince from his hovel!
İlla
Burden's
kes.
not a cesspit for anyone to shit in. There are laws to abide, and Scalen Burden's job is to uphold them.
There's no law allowing a serf to threaten a king's scion. I, Silgrat, brother of Seltkirk, the greatest knight to walk Edirnian land, say so.
Does it matter who was born in a castle and who in a pigsty? Any fool can prejudge and condemn. It's easier to accuse than to prove guilt.
A peasant servant claims that Prince Stennis supposedly attempted to kill Saskia. Why would the prince do such a dastardly deed? Bear in mind how eminent is his lineage.
That's why! The mongrel covets the crown!
Do you even remember how valorous he was towards Saskia during the negotiations with Henselt?
Pretending to be with her, he was, sly fox. Taking the simple peasants in. But us lads ain't so dumb as you lords think.
See for yourselves how the commoners hate the prince, spitting venom like adders. They hatched a plot to dispose of him.
Saskia's servant said that...
Where is this servant, might I ask? If he's got something to say, why does he hide like a thief? The answer is simple. He's a fraud.
He's hiding to save his skin from you, whoresons. Squirrels have to guard him.
One last question. How could the prince poison Saskia? It's a known fact that servants taste wine from the barrels before the virgin sips it.
No need to poison the wine. Smearing the poison inside the chalice would be enough.
I never heard of anyone poisoning a chalice.
You haven't heard much then. One of the Emperor's forebears died after sampling some lamb. He was always scared of poison and ate supper with his cook. The murderer spread poison on one side of a knife. Then he cut the meat so that only a small piece was poisoned.
The witch is right. Give us Stennis.
Saskia's got her own chalice.
It was commissioned from one of the dwarves. The order came with a very detailed drawing.
Even so, how did it come into Saskia's hand?
A good point. We can't be sure if the prince poisoned the wine.
Stennis is blowing hot and cold. Everyone knows that.
You were supposed to prove his guilt, not insult him, yokel.
Tell us who else would do it. A peasant wanted to hurt the miss? Never. It's cause of her you noble dogs can't ignore us. A pig won't cut its own throat. A peasant's not foolish enough to raise his hand against his saviour.
Perhaps it is no peasant's deed. However, that doesn't mean the prince is guilty, fool.
Answer me this. Was not Stennis' room next to Saskia's? Do not the wines come from his own lice-ridden cellar? Can he not enter the Virgin's kitchen at will? Yes. His serene Damed the prince can. Curses on his kin. Nobody in Bergen wants to kill Saskia. And even if they wanted, nobody but Stennis could do it.
Those are just words.
Yani
Too much guesswork and not
tahmin
enough
sadece bu.
evidence. You can't convict anyone based on that.
Your Highness, this is dangerous.
I'm not afraid. Fear is a commoner's trait, unfit for one with royal blood running in his veins. What do you want, to judge me? Is a prince a common thief who steals a dozen eggs at the market? You stand before royal majesty, and you raise your hands against it. In this world there are crimes that can be forgiven, and crimes that, by any means, cannot. Just as a mother killing her own child, or a man slitting his own brother's throat cannot be forgiven. A crime against one anointed by the gods themselves also cannot be condoned. He who raises hand against divine right is not worthy to walk this world. And what about you who poisons the Virgin of Eden? Firstly, Saskia is alive, so no one can blame me for her death. Secondly, you have no proof that it was I who tried to murder her. And thirdly, I assure all gathered here, I won't rise above the law. However, only she, the Virgin of Eden, can judge me. KANI! And if Saskia won't get well, who's gonna judge you? I believe she can be cured. But if the gods decide otherwise, we'll summon a coven of the wise who can pass just sentence.
Those are words worthy of a true sovereign.
I am the one you should look to for guidance. Let my deeds be the flame that lights up your darkness.
Değil.
The prince has a right to a fair trial, no matter if he's guilty or not. We can't deny him that. What will the peasants do if we hand them the prince? Will they hear him out? No. They'll hang him from the nearest tree or tear him limb from limb. What will happen if we allow a lynching? What if people see that might makes right? Who'll guarantee they won't desire to avenge their wrongs, real and imagined? Who'll protect people whose only fault is noble birth from the exasperated mob? And where will it lead?
Ne oldu? Gene de götürüyorlar. Allah Allah.
The peasants are furious.
They didn't dare mount a frontal attack.
But they haven't forgotten about Stennis, and won't. It'll be that way until Saskia regains consciousness.
She won't keep order by strength alone.
Unless it's a great strength.
We need an authority figure, and royal blood.
5 courts go to waste in the Dwarven dungeon at the moment.
There's also Henselt.
Going into that haunted mist is madness. Stealing Stennis away would be easier.
No. Anything involving Stennis will cause a riot.
I've had enough of the peasants and nobles barking. Saskia's the best leader I know, but she can't hope to defeat Henselt's army with this rabble, which is why I'm going to get reinforcements.
Where?
4 Squirtal units await in hiding to the east. Time to summon them.
You'll make it in time?
I must.
Henselt'in kanından bir nükle al. Yeni 2 tane görev var. Arkadaşlar bu videoyu da burada bitirelim. Bir diğer videoda görüşmek üzere. Kendinize iyi bakın. Hoşçakalın. Çok iyi ilerliyor. Kanı da bulacağız. Bir de başka bir şey daha eksikti. Onu da bulduktan sonra zannedersem o kadını iyileştireceğiz inşallah. Hoşçakalın.